Anyways, let's move on to teams that are younger and teams that might be competitive soon. And obviously, you have the love of the Lakers for Ricky putting fucking Luke Walton so high.
It's not the love for the Lakers.
Number
I just love
5.
Luke Walton. I think he's a great coach.
But 5,
I love Luke Walton.
whatever. Anyways, 5's way too high. I'm always gonna say that.
Personal rankings, man.
Anyways,
you have your own tomato.
Out of these 3 teams, which team do you think has the brightest future?
I love them all.
Really?
No, I just want to. I want to see your face when you realize that I was talking about the Kings there.
Yeah.
No, I think the Suns have a very deep backcourt. They still have obviously giant question marks with the front court though. I think the Lakers have a sound build plan around them, and I'm not as bought in on Ricky as is with Luke Walton, but I am very eager to see what he can do with these young guys and mold them. I Lakers.
Lakers?
I like the Lakers a little bit better.
And there's a bias there, Ricky?
Yeah, there's a bias there.
I'm going with the Lakers too because I think
Really?
I think that Walton's the right coach.
I'm not that actually surprised.
To
it's Luke Walton.
build he's the right coach to take hey, what's the best team?
They can have
in
4
this
Kyle
league?
Singlers on their team, and it's still Luke Walton coaching.
It's not going to be we're not going to have instant success like we saw. Yes, he had the best team last year, but if
they go 27-0 off the start, I mean,
the thing that he's going to be able to do though is take that Warrior system and instill I'm not saying the exact same system, but the discipline, of culture.
He let them play. There's no discipline to the Warriors.
I'm saying
he let them play.
But
that's how he let it go.
But
and
at
the problem
first,
is,
when you're starting with this Laker team, last year, what was it? Tank Commander.
Yeah.
Oh, what was it? Russell, get the hell out of here because I don't like you.
You're an immature.
He's going to come in. He's going to build his culture. That's what I should have said. He's going to build
Culture's
that culture
yeah.
the way he wants it. When I look at the other 2 teams, the Kings are a shit show. They don't even know how to draft right. And then I look
Don't
at
gotta tell us, Toys.
It was one pick.
I look at the Suns, though, and I think good team. I like the talent. The big question for me, because he was the interim last year. Now he gets the full head coaching tag. It's going to be, is Earl Watson the guy? Is he the guy for this team?
Idea.
That's my only question with the Suns because I don't expect them to compete.
Well, with the Suns, it's not even Earl Watson because I don't know. I'm
not saying fire him. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I know.
He's a question mark. Yeah.
No, I know. But the thing with the Suns, it's more worrisome is this front office. Jesus, I mean, I'm going to trust these guys to move Bledsoe or Knight correctly, or
whatever they choose there, it's going to be wrong.
They're most likely.
That is just
the one they trade is just going to blow up.
That and the fact that I just have a feeling that they're going to fuck up and trade Devin Booker and be like, shit, we traded the wrong one.
There was already rumors because of the injuries up in Detroit that one of these guys was going back, and it was like, oh, this is gonna go so poorly.
It is
so poorly.
I the one thing with the Suns is it's so hard to put my faith in the Suns because I really do like what they have. I mean, obviously you have Chris, you have Bender, you have the 2 guys that I just mentioned. You have
and
Booker,
Tyler Ulis.
You have Ulis. You even have T.J. Warren. You have Alex Len. I mean, there's a lot of promising things there, but I just feel like the fucking GMs are gonna fuck it up. Yeah. And it's so hard to be like the Suns are gonna be a good team, but so that's why I'm gonna say the Lakers just because they do have some bit of history there that they have been a winning franchise. I know you have fucking Kobe Bryant, but still, I mean, you have pieces there that have been around a winning culture where the Suns, that's been lost. And Mike D'Antoni had flashes, but then again, how much was that Mike D'Antoni? How much was that the GM? Or how much was that just really the team around him? So I'm going to say...
They also had MVP Steve Nash. I almost said Steve Kerr, but Steve Nash.
I
stealing those 2 MVPs away from Shaq.
I agree with the Lakers just because the Lakers do have a lot of promise. The one thing that I'm going to say, though, is Brandon Ingram looked bad.
He did not hit a shot.
0 for 4, 0 for 5 from three-point land, too. It was bad.
Look, but it's okay because Luke Walton's already said, look, he's not starting for us. Mm-hmm. He's going to play off the bench. He's going to work his way in, and we're going to go easy. It's no pressure situation. The one thing, Ricky, what you mentioned earlier when you're talking about Luke Walton and establishing his culture there, and that's one of the things that there's a highlighter. I'm like, that's absolutely necessary. The big question is, with the Warriors, he let them be themselves. He let them play however they felt was best for the team. Because
but you also had a more veteran team.
That's the thing. Yeah. On this team where you have an immature D'Angelo Russell, you have Lou Williams, who no offense, the man shouldn't be he's a great six man. He'll take shots. That's what he's good at. But like, he's not a leader on the court.
Well, and that's why
Are you counting on Luol Deng?
No,
to be like the
leader,
the veteran
for
leader,
sure. Without a doubt.
Lou is going to be the veteran leader this year.
But can he set that precedence for the whole team?
The thing he's gonna have to. Let's be honest.
He's
the
going to
veteran
be
leader
there for a couple years, though. It's not going to be 1 year.
The one thing that
yeah,
I
but
will
year one
say,
with Luke Walton is like the most pivotal year because this is going to decide if they're going to get a top 3 draft pick this year.
They have to.
Or
they have
B,
to.
If they end up making some interesting moves and one of these young pieces is going to move because...
Remember, they have to be impressively bad.
Impressively bad, you're right, to quote Ricky.
The one thing I want to say is the thing I love about this Brandon Ingram thing with the not having him start is, like you said, Dave, the no pressure situation. There's no pressure on him. And I think what's going to happen is... It's kind of one of those things where, we drafted you so high, but this ain't your kingdom yet. You got to earn it.
Yeah, and I think he knows that.
Well, he does because
I think
when
all
he
of
was
those players
on,
know that.
He was on the Herd. I want to say it was a month or a few weeks ago. He even said, because Cowherd asked him, what do you feel about not starting? And he gave to me the perfect answer. It's going to make him more hungry. It's going to make him work harder so that he can become. I think it's Luke Walton saying, "Hey, you can have the keys to the kingdom one day." It's kind of like Mufasa sitting there with Simba, going, "All this could be yours. You got to earn it," and that's how he's setting the culture to make Brandon Ingram the leader of the future.
One thing that I do want to bring up, and let's transition a little over to the Kings because
we talked about one last point on the Lakers.
Go,
Larry Nance Jr.
Yes,
dude's a stud,
firecracker.
I absolutely love him, and I honestly think like Julius Randle is in dangerous position.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yes.
Really?
He looks so unnatural in the lane.
Mm-hmm.
He is almost robotic with some of his like motions, and I feel like Larry Nance.
He's a flowy player.
He just looks so good on the court. The offense seems to run a little better. He seems to be a high energy guy, so he'll give you a little more effort on defense, even if like he doesn't have the physical to back that up. He's gonna give you more effort, and I think at some point, like I like him better than Randall.
One guy we're forgetting on this.
One guy.
When we went back to the who's going to be a veteran presence and a leader, we totally forgot about Lou Williams. Could he be?
Dave talked about it.
Could it be like the two Lou's and then?
Yeah,
I blew
off Lou.
I'm gonna throw Mozgov in there too because Mozgov's a guy. Yeah, I ragged on him for his contract, but he's a veteran guy.
He's a smart guy. Knows when to say yes.
Yeah,
knows when to say yes. But he's also coming from a winning culture. Well, winning culture because of LeBron in Cleveland. Because of LeBron.
Yeah,
the 14th
so you
best
bring
coach.
in a head coach who is on the winningest team in history. You bring in a center from the champions. So I mean, look,
you bring in a guy like Luol Deng who played with Thibodeau and Spoelstra.
Yeah, great locker room guy, great veteran. So I mean, look, they've done all the right moves to get this franchise off the ground, like resurrect this Lakers franchise. Whereas the Suns, building from ground zero, they've got great talented point guards, but outside of that, it's potential.
Guys, we didn't mention the Kings. Come on.
Papa John's time.
Papa Giannis, man.
Are you good to deliver?
Can I talk? I'm the host of this goddamn show. Sometimes
That's what you think.
Like it's gonna happen.
That's what you think.
My question was: is Boogie going to be traded?
Maybe.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah. We talk about this every year, but is it going to happen? Are the Kings set with working with Boogie? Are they going to have to be clearing house? What are your thoughts? I mean, is Boogie going to be traded? Also, real quick, just to throw a jab at Papagiannis, in that Lakers-Kings game, the person with the lowest plus-minus was Papagiannis with a -30. He played 16 minutes.
Love it.
Just throwing it out there.
Look, I don't know if Boogie's going anywhere. It's an experiment. I think they're going to play double bigs, and they're going to try to run around that.
I think next year is the year we talk about.
Every year is the year we talk about Boogie.
We're going to talk about it this year.
We're going to talk until he's dead.
Next year is the year where I think it happens because his contract's up after the 2017-2018 season. Next year is the one where it's like, it's going to happen because guess what? He's going to walk.
Yeah, but now you can get more. You can get more now because then you have him for another year.
Yeah. A, you get him from one more year, so it's not just a rental. Mm-hmm. And B, there's always a chance that he could just tank his own stock just because he doesn't, want to.
I just think that the Kings are fucked.
I'm hoping for the resurrection of Ty Lawson.
I would like to see it.
He has potential to go off, and I think I shot you guys the Boogie interview with Ty Lawson.
Motherfucker's quick. Oh shit! I didn't supposed to say that.
I thought we were just having a conversation.
Oh, that was great. That was
That's
one
classic
of the ones
Boogie.
where I'm like, that's great.
Yeah,
Great.
one thing is that I want to see what this team can do put together. But I feel like out of the three that we mentioned, they have the most ability to become a playoff team, but also they're the closest from not being in contention at all.
I mean, look, you've got three veterans with Boogie, Rudy Gay, and Aaron Aflalo. Collison has potential to be really good. Ty Lawson, if he returns back to like half the man he used to be when he was an all-star, you got a steal there. A lot of these other guys are kind of questionable. Like, how much are they really going to contribute?
Well, you got Matt Barnes who can punch some people in limited playing time.
he's not bad off the bench. He's not. Matt Barnes isn't an awful pickup.
No, he could also punch some people.
He could also hit a half-court shot. Matt Barnes isn't
It's
one
the question of are we bringing in Matt Barnes because we don't believe in Richardson? Because now we're going to slow down his progression because he's going to see less playing time. And that's my concern. That's why, like, Scal, he's going to get some time in there because, it's him, Papagiannis, and Costa Koufis. Look, let's be honest. Costa has probably got just a huge advantage over these other two guys, but Papa John's, everybody's going to want to see because of his high draft pick. And Scal is one of those guys who dropped, and I think in 2 years, his game will be solid, but I think he needs that time to grow. So I think the bench is the best place for him.
Also, let's throw in the other stat line for Papagiannis. 5 minutes, no shots taken, no threes taken, no free throws taken. He had one turnover for a -5.
To talk about a player that is actually going to do something, well,
that's fair.
Do something because he's got to prove himself. Sure. I think the most important guy in this backcourt is Willie Cauley-Stein. Didn't have too hot of a year last year.
Best backcourt in the NBA was the Magic, right?
It was best front court.
But Willie Cauley-Stein needs to step up this season. He does.
Yeah.
He needs to be the one.
He's not going to, though. I'm not saying he is.
I'm saying he needs
to.
He's
a shitty DeAndre Jordan.
I was going to say, he's got to be closer to DeAndre Jordan. I think that the pairing of him and Boogie could be very interesting just because the fact that Boogie can now kind of bring people away from the basket, and that's where Cauley-Stein can kind of make his mark made. And Cauley-Stein is still young. I mean, I think that out of everyone in the backcourt for the Kings, I don't think he has the most potential because still, look at Scal. I mean, Scal was drafted very low, but I think just one thing that is that Cauley-Stein needs to find his rhythm because DeAndre Jordan looked awkward as fuck in his early years. Cauley-Stein's still has that feel. So
that's very true.
I think that one thing that Cauley-Stein needs to deal with is his kind of mobility, and I think Coach Yeager, great hire. I think he might be able to do that. But
he didn't do it. Like, he got to the playoffs with fucking shit. I'm gonna say shit last year because all the good players in Memphis were injured.
He ain't wrong.
He ain't gonna get to the playoffs this year, but maybe he can do something with this Kings team. Maybe a little bit better than we think.
We'll have to see, and that's the fun part about this. Let's real quick wrap this up with playoff teams. Warriors are making the playoffs out of this division, right?
Oh, dude, last place in the division.
Yeah, all right.
Can't stress it enough. Last place in the whole league, they're gonna have the number one pick.
I think we can agree with Warriors and Clippers only from this division.
Yeah,
it's a safe bet. Yep.
Warriors and Clippers from this division.
We'll see in a couple of years. These other teams maybe pop up in there.